Before we get started, I have a question for you guys. Have you ever think about the things after your death? If I die, where I'm gonna go or what I'm gonna become? If you think about it, put up your hand to show me. I can barely see you. Okay, you guys will be interested in my topic. A few weeks ago, while scrolling through Jihu, it's a Chinese equivalent of Quora for those unfamiliar, I came across a question that immediately caught my attention. It was, how can I hold my own funeral? At first I thought, what's a bizarre question? But then I realized it wasn't just strange, it was oddly fascinating. With over 1,099,500 views and 380 followers, it was clear that I wasn't the only one who intrigued by this mix of whimsy and dark existential thoughts. As I read through the responses, I was amazed. Some people said they want to donate other organs, an incredibly selfless and noble act. Others had more unconventional ideas, like having their ashes launched into space. Then, there were those with a dark sense of humor who joked about being turned themselves into barbecue and served to funeral guests. Can you imagine that? These answers made me laugh, but they also made me think about why do so many people fantasize about something that's uncontrollable as their own funeral? It's fascinating that how society uses humor to confront something as heavy as death. This playful approach reminded me of traditional Chinese weddings and funerals, where optimism and celebration are woven into deeply emotional events. Now, let's get back to the original question, how can I hold my own funeral? To me, it's not just about who will come to mourn. It's about how I want to be remembered. And if it's my funeral, I get to call the shots, right? No dull black and white things for me. Instead, I'd go for purple. Then why purple? Because it blends the passion of red and a calm of blue, symbolizing the beauty of life and tranquility of death. Picture this, instead of a somber affair, it's more like a celebration, a death-themed party. People gather around the long table, sharing stories, laughing, and reminiscing about the heartwarming or even ridiculous moments we shared. It's not about sadness, it's about appreciating our own lives. And as dawn breaks, I'd quietly leave, knowing my farewell was as vibrant as my life. After meticulously planning my funeral in my mind, I started to wonder, are more young people fixating on the afterlife because they fear death? Or have they reached a point of indifference? According to 2020 National Health Survey report by Dingxiang Doctor, a staggering 53% of people express concern about sudden death. Among them, 6% worry about it constantly, even daily. Surprisingly, it's not the elderly who dwell the fear the most. Rather, those born in the 1990s to 2000s make up 60 to 58% of concern respectively. But is this constant worry truly necessary? From philosophical perspective, when we are alive, death is an abstract concept, a state that doesn't exist for us. And when death arrives, we as conscious beings cease to exist. So in a way, we never actually experience death. From a material standpoint, we simply transition into another form of existence. Matter is indestructible. We might become something that's mundane as compass that nourishes new life, or if we're lucky, something that's condiment that adds flavor into the world. This realization brought me a profound sense of peace. It dawned on me that death is not the end, but rather the beginning of a new cycle. It freed me from the burdens of academic pressure, body image anxiety, and the endless pursuit of superficial success. Suddenly, all these concerns seemed trivial in the grand scheme of things. This realization brought me a profound sense of peace. It dawned on me that death is not the end, but rather the beginning of a new cycle. We come into the world with empty-handed and we leave the same way. Take raising a dog, for instance. From the moment we bring that little furry friend home, we know that one day they will leave us. But does that make their existence meaningless? Of course not. So in the same way, I believe the process of life is just as important as the ending result. Loving, living, and experiencing are what give life meaning. We define our own purpose, not external circumstances. What truly matters is enjoying the journey rather than fixating on the destination. After all, no one reads a book just to skip to the last page, even if the end is considered bad by some standards. But the journey leading up to it is what truly counts. The value of life lies in our perception, not in the judgments of others. Chinese culture often emphasizes about facing life with optimism and a smile. But how do we apply this mindset to death? The truth is, death is inevitable. Perhaps the key is to embrace life fully while we have it, rather than fearing its end. The world is filled with countless simple joys that cost nothing. Pure water, warm sunlight, fresh air, soft-streaming music, and rich cultures. No matter our backgrounds, we all share in the beauty of existence. So no need for endless comparisons and self-imposed stress. Live fully, feel deeply, and cherish each fleeting moment. Don't waste our precious gift of life on trivial worries. In the end, the ability to plan our departure with thoughtfulness, courage, and even a touch of humor might be the purest form of optimism. It's a reminder that life is a continuous cycle and that we have the power to shape our own legacies, both in life and in death. Thank you.